The Federal Trade Commission plans to begin cracking down on deceptive fees. That takes effect next Monday. The agency released a FAQ outlining how it's going to work. Live event ticketing and short-term lodging sites will have to list their total prices more prominently on than any other price. Hotels also can't tack on resort fees not immediately reflected in the total price. And credit card fees won't be allowed to be added into a price later unless a business offers other ways to pay. Businesses are instructed to describe exactly what the fees are for and avoid phases like convenience, service, or processing fees. Any such fees that is mandatory must be reflected in the total price.